Well, first and foremost, let me thank Assemblyman Kim and Senator Serino and Janice for being here, and all of our colleagues for this bipartisan approach for this commemorative day. But most of all, the family members who are carrying their loved ones on their shoulders, and actually you're carrying us on your shoulders, giving us the courage and the ability to continue to say, we're not going to leave these lost loved ones behind. You know, this was a terrible tragedy, historic in nature. By extension, as today we remember our most vulnerable population, as has been said, 15,000 plus who lost their lives, we remember everybody. It affected all of us as New Yorkers. It affected the nation, the world. But it especially affected our most vulnerable population. And we were thinking, many of us, we removed someone who had a profound impact on this negative situation. We thought more transparency, more openness. We've got a new commissioner. We've got a new governor. Didn't happen. When you look at the last lack of transparency by the leader of this state, what's brought to my mind when you think about an individual who either distorts the truth or lies. Once you tell a lie, the very next thing you do is tell another lie to cover it up. The very next thing you do is tell another lie to cover up the lie, to cover up the initial lie, and it continues to go on and on and on. And after the March 25th, as Assemblyman Kim said, it did go on and on and on. It took weeks to convince the total lack of common sense that was taking place to put those individuals who had this contagion in with basically healthy people who needed nursing home cares. It went from real science to what we have to call now Cuomo science. And when you talk about continuing the lie, it started out, it's the CDC, it's the federal government, it's the last president, it's the workers coming in, it's the family members. Then he got to the point where he said, remember this? Well, if you die in a hospital, it's a hospital death. If you get the virus in a nursing home and they need an ambulance because you're so sick you have to go to the hospital, that's a ambulance death. You had to get in an ambulance and you might have died there. No. What we needed to know, and he knew it, and Commissioner Zucker knew it, is how that virus got into those nursing homes. And certainly, from the history we see now, from the lies and distortions about the real numbers, which we had to sue. The Empire Center sued. I was an amicus brief on that. And Judge Kimberly O'Connor said, you broke the law. You broke the FOIA law for 8 months. You broke the open government law. You have to give the numbers. Well, he really didn't give us the numbers. And then you have to pay the legal fees. He was indemnified. He did not pay the legal fees. And let me close by saying this. When I say another lack of transparency, we have 2 bills pending now besides this one. This commemorative day has to happen so we never forget, but we also have to have a full investigation. And we've asked, myself, Senator Serino, Assemblyman Kim, others, when Commissioner Bassett came before us, I asked her the question and they filed up the same thing. What lessons have you learned from the past, as Winston Churchill said, because if you don't learn from the past, you're destined to continue the mistakes you made. I'm not going to go back and read that executive order, she said, and I'm not going to unravel what took place. I'm going to go forward. There's no way we can go forward. We will never go forward in the way we should unless we have a full investigation one way or another. Now, if she won't do it, myself and many members here and Assemblyman Kim have another bill. It's an outside, independent, bipartisan commission with subpoena power to get inside the second floor, to get inside the commissioner's office and find out not what those 2 guys were talking about when it became Cuomo science, but the people surrounding them who must have heard when he said, just say exactly what I say about the science. Why do we think the New York Times, said all these people left and resigned? Because many of them would not do the Cuomo science. Today, we're committed with the family members to say we will never stop trying to find out the reality of what took place here, because we're destined to do it again, and we owe it to you to turn this tragedy into something positive for the rest of the 19.5 million New Yorkers so this never happens again. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.